Here's Kim. Look at that arm. Look at me. All the way up here. Don't look at that mic. Keep it up here. Here's Kimberly. Yes.
Hello, how's everybody?
Pretty good.
Good.
What a good-looking audience. Give yourselves a hand.
Yeah.
All right.
Good looking. I am good looking.
Give yourselves a hand.
Handsome man.
Okay. I am a proud advocate for the plus-size woman, but I must admit, I am sick and tired of a lifelong commitment to weight management.
Also used to mic.
After 20 years, all the money I've spent on dieting, wait a minute.
I think should be tax deductible.
Okay. After 20 years, all the money I've spent on dieting, I think it should be tax deductible, or at least eligible for an earned income credit. I think of myself as a small business. For every jogging suit, self-visualization video, or Zumba class, operational expenses and equipment, tax deductible. In the past 2 years alone, I have lost 100 pounds. But the fact that the same 120 keeps resurfacing should be considered as uncollectible bad debt, tax deductible.
Okay. And again, it's just too long. So long to it. When you could just say the joke, I'm one of those people, I'm always dieting. But I tell you what, last 2 years I've lost 100 pounds. Yay! Gained 120. See? Short and to the point. Because there's so little time invested, by the listener. The longer you make them listen, the more killer of a punchline it's got to be. Is anybody getting that?
Yes, I've been writing it down several times.
Yeah, a simple time.
Go back and say that again, Jeff. You said...
The problem is, the way that I did it, real quick with you, is that, I'm one of those people, I'm always dieting, but I got to say, in the last 2 years, I've lost 100 pounds. And you say that, everybody will applaud. I gained 120. That's where the laugh is that we had there.
But how does that tie into the joke, the dieting is tax deductible?
I don't think that diet tax is deductible is worth it. It's just too long for the payoff. It's too complicated.
Say it again?
That hurts when you got to take all that out.
It does, but
It's not working.
what I was telling her before is, I think it would make a great article. Somebody reading it'd make a good humorous article, but with comedy on stage, it can't be humorous. It's got to have punch to it, surprise.
And shorter.
Yeah, shorter is better.
Yeah.
Did I mention that? Does that make sense?
It's painful.
It is painful. It's
Well, what
horrible.
about this? Can she do this after she says she lost? You say you lost.
I lost 100 pounds in 2 years.
And then you gained.
120.
So you tried a new diet. Still in front of. Well, I'm trying to add it to it. So after you say you lost and then you gained how much?
120.
So then you go and say, well, I tried this new diet. I sat in front of the mirror naked and ate. But see, the thing is, the visual of that is when you naked and you in the mirror eating, you see how you look so disgusting. You see what I'm saying? And, well, that's
You're not making any friends, are you?
But what I'm saying is,
She will kick your ass.
What I was doing literally last
I guess I'm
week,
trying to get a...
Okay, wait.
my joke last week about boobies and booby, and that's real life for me.
Yeah.
So I was trying to tie this dieting into my routine. That's why I came up with this one.
I'm telling you, it's well written. It's just not written
Too
for a
much.
comedy stage.
Okay.
It's, you've got to get it down to 2 lines, 3 at the most. And then the next thing you say is either a topper or 1 line and another punchline. It's like I say, it's very humorous and would make a great article. It just doesn't have the surprise and punch in the long version for class. So now you did the booby ones last week, so that's what you're saying, right? Okay. I didn't know if you'd done it last week or it's one we just worked on the...
No, I did it.
Okay, good. Okay,
That's it.
that is, you got another one.
I have some of a partial joke, but
Okay.
Wait just 1 second. I wanted to shorten it so that, okay.
Dating is difficult when you're angry, untrusting, damaged, and skeptical.
Use the mic.
Dating is difficult when you're angry, untrusting, damaged, and skeptical. I am single by choice and circumstance. My choice is to remain accountable for the circumstance that I am completely unstable. Because I've survived an extended season where I love men, where men that love their vehicles but drove their women. Through my skepticism, I almost killed a man with a Viagra smoothie. And my experiences coupled with the age of forensics, I am the first woman in Georgia to initiate stalking as a unisex sport.
I think my favorite line is Viagra.
Viagra smoothie?
Smoothie, yeah.
I mean, that to me should be the punchline for one thing. See,
One thing?
this is what I was just saying to Michael before. When you're trying to do three things that are funny, the first one's got to be funny, second one's got to be very funny, and the third one's got to be hysterical.
Okay.
And it's so hard to do. I mean, very few people can do it. You know, the threes normally are two normal things that aren't funny, and then the third one's funny. So, I mean, I would rewrite the joke with,
Skepticism and the Viagra
no,
smoothie?
just dating. You know, you're dating. I'm getting desperate, folks. I'm telling you. My date last week, I almost killed a man with a Viagra smoothie.
Okay.
I did say almost. I was able to bring him back to life. Quite a few times.
For
You know,
4 hours.
Yeah, so, I mean, and I tell you what, after 4 hours, I did not call a doctor. So, that to me is if you make the whole, a bit around that. I mean, Viagra smoothie, I think is a funny phrase to use. Something I'd never heard before.
I know, I made it up.
That's what I'm saying, that's why I like it. Okay? So, relating that to dating, you know, and you wouldn't say things like, being that I am completely unstable. Yeah, being that I am unstable. What I was telling her is that the biggest problem with a writer is that she writes really well, very grammatically correct, but she doesn't speak like that. And the thing is, you want to write like you speak. Like, you want to write the same way you talk when you're talking to your friends and your friends are laughing. Right? I mean, that's what makes sense. You don't want to have proper grammar, proper punctuation, everything. It says, what do I sound like when my friends are laughing? And like, sometimes what you got to do is change that a little bit so everybody can understand you, or they get the references, or you got to, you know, maybe pronounce things, you know, differently so people get it. But that's the basis of it. You know, we want to sound like we talk. You know, because if you're talking different from how you do when your friends are laughing, they're not going to be laughing. They're going to be, why are you talking like that? You know? Why you sound like that? That doesn't sound like you. Where'd Kim go? Okay? Got it?
Yeah. Going back, you said, I think I misunderstood last week's assignment when you were saying include toppers.
No, what I was saying was, whenever you write the jokes, you have the option to use it toppers. So like for this week, the homework assignment is to do 3 jokes on the same premise. All right? So you can either do 3 separate jokes on that premise. You can do 2 jokes and then one of them have a topper. Because remember, a joke in here is a punchline. A joke is considered when you say something that when you stop talking, people are supposed to be laughing, whether it's 1 line or 2 lines or 3 lines, that's a joke. So you could do 1 joke with 2 toppers. You can do 2 jokes with one of them having a topper, or 3 separate jokes. Okay? So you could take the Viagra smoothie thing and make that a joke with 2 toppers. And that would be the assignment. That would be your 3 jokes. Does that make sense? Okay? And I think that'd be easy for you to, because I mean, you just, all you gotta do is write down everything about Viagra and that, and if you just listen to the commercial, you know what
So
they say.
what would be my intro? I wouldn't just walk out on stage and say I almost killed a man with a Viagra smoothie. That's why I was saying that I was skeptical in my dating.
That's a great question, because anytime you talk about something intimate in nature, sex and stuff like that, that should go towards the end of your routine, after the audience has got to know you. You're exactly right. You wouldn't go out on stage and go, I almost killed a man with a Viagra smoothie. What? You know, you'd be talking about stuff, then you get to the point that, you know, my dating life, you know, it's just getting bad. I think I'm starting to get desperate. Last week, how about this? Last week I went out with a guy who was like 60 years old. I almost killed him with a Viagra smoothie. I got to tell you what, after 4 hours, I did not call the doctor. Because that's part of the commercial, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're still having an erection after, so you write down everything that there is about Viagra, okay, and sex or being old or whatever, and once you write that list down, all of a sudden you just see things that, oh yeah, there's another punchline there, there's another punchline there. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? And there's also Jeff going, hey Jeff, am I on the right track? Look at this.
Jeff, you gonna make me nervous.
I should be.
No!
You guys are going on stage, punchline. But, I mean, the thing is, this is not, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
That's it.
And, you know, every one of you is doing good writing. You know, what we're trying to do is make it so it works on stage. And it's just a different type of writing. And that's what you're here to learn. And it gets so frustrating. I know it does. All right? Because I go through this with every class. At some point, people just want to kill me.
No, I'm loving it.
So, if you hear the same things that I'm saying to you every week, it's shorter. If you've gone 3 sentences and you haven't got a big punchline, you're doing something wrong. You're talking too much. You're writing too much. You need to cut it down. Okay? So you go, can I remove 1 sentence? Can I combine this into something? You know, if you get a long joke like this, you could just go, all right, what is it that I'm trying to say? You know, figure out what it is you're trying to say. You might be able to break that joke down to, you know, basically we got all your routines down to you're trying to diet, you lost 100 pounds, you got 120 back. Even though you did all that writing. You know, sometimes I'll write 10 jokes to get 1 joke. Right? But the thing is, getting all the information down there, then editing it out, or what makes this funny? What am I trying to say? Okay? You're not mad at me, are you? Okay. I know it's frustrating. It is. It drives people crazy. Because they just go, why am I funny with my friends? Because I tell you what, when you're funny with your friends, you're saying 1 or 2 lines, most likely, and they're laughing. You know, somebody's saying something, you're coming back with, boom, and everybody's laughing. The difference is when you're with your friends, they're doing the setup for you. Right? And all you're doing is just the punchline.
Yep.
So in comedy, if you're making a conversation between somebody else, you have that person setting you up and you do the punchline. Or sometimes you're setting them up, you're doing the setup in dialogue and giving the punchline to the other person. Like I did with Sean. Right? We gave the punchline to his daughter. Right? No. Who said that? Mommy. Right? So, you know, he doesn't need to get the punchline. A lot of times it's not funny if the kid gets it or the mother gets it or the grandmother gets the funny line. You got it? Okay. Caroline, get up here. Come on. We're running out of time. We've got to hear about hecklers.
What? They gonna be there too?
No. But if you go to a comedy club after this, they will be.
I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward
That's
to
it.
bombing. I'm looking forward to all of it. Just to get it.